A very good morning, welcome. It's Jeff Lawton online on Tuesday the 18th of March, and it just goes to show that it doesn't have to be a Cheltenham or an Aintree to make money, as a 2-to-1 winner pays the same at Southwell as it does at Royal Ascot. I covered just 3 races yesterday and all 3 won. Now, there was nothing clever about that. I'm not trying to brag. What I'm trying to say to you is they were all about 5-to-4 chances. But my point that I keep banging on about is to look for the easy options. The races where the punter is the favourite to win. Stop looking at these impossible handicaps where 12 of the field are genuine contenders and running for the bookies. Remember, despite all the stupid adverts that they run on TV, which they have to run, by the way, where they say take time out, bullshit, set deposit limits, they actually want you to lose all your money to them. They want you to have nothing and them have everything. That's exactly why they ban all successful punters. Only losers are welcome here. Well, I'm not having it. And for every person I can turn into a winning punter, I'll be over the moon. Like the Robin Hood of betting, I suppose. So that's why I do this video every day. Not to tip horses, you can find that anywhere. But to make you look at how you bet and ignore the races where they want you to bet in. Have you ever noticed that bookmakers only sponsor the toughest races? You don't see them sponsoring maiden or novice races unless they sponsor the whole card. They want to sponsor the 20-runner handicaps and then suck you in with their stupid offers. Well, I'm having none of it. Let me teach you. You may have been betting for 50 years, but if you're not a consistent winner, then obviously you're doing something wrong, and you're never too old to learn. I made tons of mistakes growing up. I still make them now. If I have a losing day or a losing week, I want to know why. What was the reason? And hopefully I can learn from them. Now, on my private service, I try and be as select as possible. I was probably one of the very few to win last week at Cheltenham, and I've only put out 3 bets in the last 2 days, and all 3 have won. So that's now 17 winning weeks from 18 since the start of the jump season. We're running with a profit at the moment of 233 points in front we are in those 18 weeks. There are an average of 2 bets per day, and these are sent out by text at 8:30 AM daily. As I said, we have a current standing profit of 233 points this jump season, which equates to 13 points per week, or in monetary terms, you £20 per point on every horse. You've made £260 every week for 18 weeks. Now, if you're not interested in that, absolutely fine. But I say every day, please hit the subscribe button, because then when I hit like I put in the video up early today, you'll get to know early. And then if there's still any prices around, you'll be able to grab them. So hit that subscribe button and you'll receive a notification as to when I put the video up. Let's start looking at the racing today and start at Weatherby. Starting the 2:30 Bois Gilbert of Lucinda Russell's. He won 3 races over hurdles, but his form tapered off in 2024. He was sent chasing last month for the first time, where even though there were only 4 runners, he jumped particularly well and won going away by 6 lengths. His trainer said afterwards that he was made to jump a fence and has always jumped fences at home better than he jumped hurdles. He was making his chase debut off his old hurdles mark of 115, and even though he's gone up £5 for that puts him off 120. He's still £1 lower than when he was 3rd in a race at Cheltenham, and given the fact that his trainer suggests he'll be a far better chaser, he could still be well handicapped today. I don't see anything in this race with much in hand of the mark, so if he jumps like he did on debut, he should be hard to beat. In the 4:10, Nicky Henderson runs Jukebox Fury. He showed very little in his first 4 runs over hurdles, but he looked like a different kettle of fish when he was up to 3 miles last time. In fact, 3 mile looked the bare minimum for him, as he twice looked beaten before outstaying the second, a horse called Skinful, who franked the form by winning next time. Jukebox Fury didn't look the finished article, and that win probably taught him a bit more about racing. He went up £5 for that win, but I think there could be a fair bit more to come. At Wolverhampton this evening, in the 4:55, the maiden, this should centre around the unraced horses Victoria Harbour of Carl Burks and the Crisfords Opera Score. Both should run well, Opera Score works to a mark of mid-70s, but the favourite Victoria Harbour is only a smallish filly. She also goes well and is well bred. She's by Frankel, and maybe the time to catch her is first time. But the likely prices, I don't think I want to be investing in this race. In the 6 o'clock, the Novice race. Now 3 stand out here at the head of the market, but the best form is Archie Watson's Aurora Majesty and Richard Hughes' Critical Acclaim, who gets £10 from the top one. I know Richard Hughes doesn't think he will beat the favourite, but I think he's got a big shout, as the horse that beat him on debut won a handicap last week of a mark of 61. If you do all the adding and the subtracting, he probably ran to a mark of about 60 on debut, but he gets £10 today, making that 70. Whereas Aurora Majesty probably ran to mid-70s and looks sure to improve. So the percentage call does look to be Archie Watson's in that race. In the 8:30, Michael Bell runs Forest Spirit. Now firstly, Michael Bell's horses are in flying form, 60% strike rate. His last 5 runners have yielded 3 winners, 1 finished second, the other finished 4th. Forest Spirit only ran 3 days ago, and that was in an apprentice race where he won going away by 5 lengths. That means that until the handicapper reassesses him, as it was an apprentice race, he runs off the same mark as he did at Southwell on Saturday, where in reality, if the handicapper had been able to reassess him for today, he would probably be carrying at least another £8 in the saddle. As long as today's race doesn't come too soon, he should be hard to beat. Now again, if you're interested in getting my bets today, today or any day, they average 2 bets per day, though we only had 1 on Sunday and 2 yesterday, they all won. Then drop me an email at the address below, jefflawtonmanagement@gmail.com, and I'll answer any questions you want. And if you don't want to join the private service, happy to wait for the video, then that's fine, but just hit the subscribe button. And I will see you at before 11 o'clock tomorrow. Thanks very much for dropping by.